been a while since I've done this, spoken in front of a camera about cooking or drawings I've done. So it's time to do something, you know. It's been a while since I've made any sort of video through uni work, I suppose, you know, other stuff that goes on in life, and not sort of being bothered to do so much. Not that I didn't want to, I just didn't really have the motivation to, I suppose. I think it's just these sort of things sometimes go in spurts of wanting to do it and not wanting to do it, and then you'll see something and think, oh yes, I really want to talk about that, I really want to do something, and then you never really get right into it. I've got lots of ideas for things I want to do for this channel and the Badgers Don't Vote one, but I just sort of haven't got round to it. So maybe that means there's more stuff coming up, or not, who knows. Not me, that's for sure. But yes, you're here for one reason, and because you've clicked on the title, you know what this is. And I've been looking at comments and, you know, some of these ideas that are bubbling away, and I've thought, what's the most pressing matter I can deal with right now? What's in here? What's the biggest sort of conundrum I've got in my mind? And then it hit me suddenly. Soap. Oh, yes. Soap. If you're like me, quite like clean hands. You know, I'm not overly meticulous about it, but having, you know, there's something very nice, very satisfying, very pleasing about having some nice clean hands. That sounds really odd now that I've said it. You know, I just mean I don't like my hands to be dirty and have muck on. Not that don't go, you know, I don't leave the house in gloves. You know, yeah. Anyway, that's by the point. And if you're also like me, you like a bargain. That's why when I went into Tesco's the other day, as I do most days, perusing for bargains, and I saw that there was some soap in there that was supposed to be £3.50 or £3.70 or something, down to 64 pence on clearance. I think it was 64 pence. I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. And here it is. Don't know if you can see that. It is a Method Go Naked, no colorants, no fragrance, plant-based hand wash. Obviously, you can get a better look at that. I don't know if this is the text is the right way around for you or not. I have no idea. Anyway, so this was 64 pence, down from £3.50, and oddly enough, I bought the 354ml bottle. Don't know why they decided on that quantity, but they did. And that was actually cheaper than the quantity that was slightly less. I think it was about 320ml. So I actually, you know, I went for the bigger one for price reasons, not because I thought I'd need more soap. And yeah, 354ml. Let's I'm going to have a look at the back, and the whole shindig is no colorants, no fragrance, biodegradable ingredients. Lovely, you know, so it's been nice for the planet. And there's a little thing there, certified cruelty free, so you know they're not spraying this stuff in rabbits' eyes. It's made from, this is all made from recycled plastic. You know, and it's got some of those, you can sort of see who this product's aimed at by the sort of things they're doing on the bottle. You know, to use, turn nozzle to unlock, elbow grease not required. You know, just sort of little jokes in there that they're just trying to throw in, like what's in the bottle are, you know, a bit chatty, a bit informal, right? Not the sort of thing I'd usually buy, but I like a bargain. Now then, one thing I will say is that on this bottle nowhere does it say antibacterial. I presume that's because it isn't. It is just a soap. I mean, in the ingredients it's got aqua, which I think is just water as far as I know, sodium, I'm not even going to bother reading this, a lot of words that I can't say, so that's how you know it's pretty chemically, right? Now then, I bought that, and I was, you know, when we get into the testing, which I shall do in a minute, you know, I'll get into that, but I was sort of thinking to myself, does it hold up to my regular soap? Because you see, the first hand soap yes, the first sort of hand soap I sort of thought was great was Carex, their blue stuff. I always thought that had quite a nice smell, and was fairly good. But then I realised that Tesco's do a happy alternative. This stuff, Tesco's extracts eucalyptus. It's bright blue, it's antibacterial, and it smells quite pleasing, presumably because it has added smelling things. Now then, this bottle is 25% recycled, so not as good as the method, but does the job. I think this is about 60 pence or something. And it is a lot of the stuff. It's 500 millilitres, so you're getting more in here than in the bottle of method. Now then, I'm going to take you now to the bathroom, and we're going to do a little clean off, shall we say. So I'll see you there. Okay, so we're in the bathroom now, so the acoustics are likely to be very different. Now then, I've got my soaps down here with me. I've got the old Tesco's Antibac and this new gentrified soap. So I've got, the water comes out this tap fairly hot, so I'm going to put it on a middle heat, and I'm going to squirt out, you know, a couple of, I don't know if you can see that, you know, a couple of dollops of this method stuff. It's clear, you know, as you'd assume, because it's got no colourant in or anything. So I'm going to give my hands a good old rub. In fact, I'm just going to turn the tap off while I do this. Just sort of lather it in, you know. And it says no fragrance, but I am getting a fragrance, and it's fairly unpleasant, I must say. It smells chemically, but not in a good way. We'll get to that when I do the blue stuff in a bit, but it's not a particularly pleasant smell. So I kind of would have liked it if they had some fragrance in. What I will say is it's got quite a nice feeling. It feels like, obviously it feels like soap, but it's got quite a nice feeling on the hands. So I'm just washing that off. There may be a few bubbles in there. And let's turn around, I've got a towel here. Just dry off the hands. Yeah, and I can still smell it afterwards. So all in all, I don't particularly like the smell. That's the bit I really don't like. And I don't like this antibacterial. I don't know if that's a necessity. I have been informed otherwise. But I kind of like the idea of it. Now then, we're going to try Tesco's Antibac. So I'm going to put a comparative amount of that on my hand. And you can see it there. And I'm going to rub it in. Now one thing I will say, when you rub this in, after you've done the other one, it feels noticeably harsher, right? This feels like an antibacterial. It does feel like it's doing something to your hands. Now then, you can see that it looks, like it's made a lot more, and it feels, it feels like more like there's something there, as well as it feeling a bit harsher. It does feel like something there. And the smell coming off it is quite strong, but quite pleasant at the same time. One thing, if you had any cuts or something on your hand, this would hurt, it would sting. Whereas I don't think the other one would as much. I say that because I didn't actually cut, but I sort of nicked the skin on my finger today, and I can just sort of feel it tingling. So let's just wash it off. Get a real close up here of my head. To here all here. Right, and dry off on the old towel. Right, so then, so the hands come out feeling clean. It smells a lot nicer than the other one, I will say that. And it feels less natural, and it feels more harsh on your hands, but it does feel clean. Right then, so overall, would I say that the method, cruelty-free, everything-free hand wash is worth it? No, especially for £3.50. It's definitely not worth it for that. I get it that people are trying to, buy ethically sourced products and everything, but it's just not worth it. When you can get a packet, I think a Tesco antibac for 60p. I think that the Tesco one does the better job, and I keep the Tesco one as my main antibacterial soap. I've relegated the method to being the communal soap in the kitchen there, and everyone can have a bit of, because I'm not that bothered about it. To be honest, I'd put the Tesco one out there as well, because I think it's a better soap, especially if people are cooking. I think antibac is probably the thing to go, but we got the method one out there. And I'm not saying that the method one's bad as such. I'm not trying to slander them or whatever it is. For people that like that stuff, they might buy it and be perfectly happy and might be happy to pay the £3.50. I'm not. I bought it for 60p and I felt disappointed, for Christ's sake. But yeah, this is my comeback video after a couple of months, and it's a review of hand soap. So if you liked the video about hand soap, give it a thumb up. I might do some more products reviews, you never know. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. Have a good one. Hey.